Hello, fellow homeschool mamas. This is Sonia here with Bethany Homeschool Academy. I'm bringing you today an extras video. This is not a curriculum video. This is an extras video. I hear a lot from mamas when they're working on language arts concepts with their children that their children have problems deciphering between long and short vowels or figuring out what a vowel is in a word, maybe working on syllables, digraphs, nouns, verbs, just different language arts concepts. And they really need some help and fun activities to do with their kids in order to really cement those concepts in. So during the course of our kindergarten year, I did gather together several materials that I used with my daughter. And I just wanted to show you those activities here today. For our first activity, this is our rhyming activity. What I would do is just lay out 2 columns, or I would do it different ways sometimes. But here I laid out 2 columns of some words, and my daughter would go through and try to figure, rows. She would go through each row and she would try to figure out, what are the rhyming words in this row? All right, cut and nut. Those must be the rhyming ones, and she would put them together. Then she would go to the next row. Shell and bell, and she would put those together. Okay, and there are a variety of words with this activity for your child to work on. It includes a whole bunch of different cards, okay? And you just lay out as many as you want and have them pick out the rhyming words. After they're kind of used to this activity, they can really do it independently. They don't even need you to lay the cards out for them. You could literally give them a whole deck. That's what I did with my daughter after she had worked on it a few times, and she would just go ahead and do it all alone by herself on the floor in her bedroom. She really loved this activity, and I hope your kids will too. Now I come with my next activity. The next activity that I have here for you mamas is a syllables activity. So we have 1, 2, and 3 syllable words. What this activity is basically your child will have a bunch of cards. You can give them just a couple at a time if giving them the whole deck is overwhelming. And then they'll go ahead and sort these into their columns. And they can go ahead and clap it out. As you see, it does have little claps here. They can clap it out on their hands like that. They can clap it out on their arm. They can even do the kind of like say the word with your mouth closed in order to figure out how many syllables is in a word sort of way. I don't know if you know that way, but let's say, for example, the word heart. You would just close your mouth and say heart like this. Okay, and all you heard is one sound. So that would be 1 syllable. And we'll put it in the 1 syllable section over here. All right. I'm just going to go to some other ones. We have here wagon. So you can clap it out. I can't clap it out because I'm holding the camera with my hands, but you can clap it out. Wagon. Say it. Wagon, right? You can even clap it out on your arms. Your kids, again, can even try doing the humming one, right? Just say the word with your mouth closed. How many times did you hear voice? Like a sound. You heard 2 sounds in there. So that would be wagon, and you'd place it here, all right? Now here we have unicorn. Unicorn. 3 sounds. They can clap it out. Again, they can do the sound, close the mouth, say unicorn with the mouth closed. 3 sounds. And then they go ahead and put it here. 3 syllables. Go ahead and put it here, okay? I know I'm using the word sounds here, but syllables, right? And this comes with a whole bunch of different cards. So we have octopus. You can go ahead and stick it over there. We have ladybug, okay? We have mitten. They also have penguin, star, and then I'm also going to bring one out that sometimes baffles even parents. Snail. So snail is actually a 1 syllable word. If we know anything about syllables, we know that each syllable must have at least 1 vowel. Okay, I know there are 2 vowels in there, A and I, but A and I actually go together to make the A sound in the word snail. Okay, snail, A-I, that goes together as your vowel sound. So it would actually be 1 syllable. And now for our next activity. So this here is our vowels activity. What I basically did is I grabbed a letter A, E, I, O, and U, and I stuck them in each plate. My daughter was very much into Frozen at that time, so this is how I set up our activity. You can set it up any way you like to make the different groups, okay? And then the child would just go ahead and go through all these cards here. You can hand them a card one by one. They can get the whole deck, or you can just give them a number of cards, like 2-3 cards at a time, to not overwhelm them when they're first working on this activity. Eventually, over time, your child will become independent on this activity and just love working on it all on their own, okay? Now, I am not going to teach you how to teach your child about vowels. That's not what this video is. I'm just sharing some extras that I used in order to get those concepts down, like practice, right? Fun practice. So here we go. We have top. So my daughter would stick it in the O plate, top. Crab. She would stick it in the A plate. Bat. Boat. You hear the O sound in there, so she would throw it in the O. Mop. Okay, and it has some long and short vowel words in here. Stop. I know those are a lot of O's. Rug. Okay, and she would throw it over there. Fox. Bug. And she would throw it in the over here. They even have apple. Oops. They even have apple. So that's the beginning. A. Okay, and there are a lot more that I have here. I'm not going to go through all of them. Your child would just play with all of these, like get them in those plates. I used plates. You can use whatever you like. You can use cups. You can just lay the letters out and have them put them up there. You can hold up a letter and have them like show you a picture. You could show them a picture and have them hold up a letter. However you like to do this activity, okay? I also have another vowel activity that I'm going to show you. So here is our next vowel activity. This one, pretty cool. It's on little popsicle sticks. We have each of the vowel letters, A, E, I, O, U. I know there's sometimes Y, but we're just using A, E, I, O, U for these activities here. And they're double-sided. The way we use this activity was basically I would give my daughter a word using either a short or long vowel, and she would go ahead and she would raise the stick. And she would let me know if it was short or long vowel, okay? So for example, bus. She would grab the U, she would hold it up, she would say bus, short vowel, okay? Then I would give her another one, like cake. Hold up the A, and you know, I would tell her like yell it, scream it, like jump up in the air, however you want to do this, you know? So she'd be like cake, A, long vowel, okay? And this really helped her. In the beginning, sure, she had a little bit of trouble because she was trying to work on her vowels. But as we worked on this throughout the year, she really gained a strong grasp of those long and short vowels. And now we're going to be going into first grade and she has them down, okay? I know we do cover them again in first grade with our curriculum, but she already has them down. So we're going to just fly right through that lesson. All right, and now for our next activity. Okay, so this is our consonant diagraph activity, and it covers these particular ones right here. So with these comes a bunch of cards, all right? Same thing as some of the other activities that I've shown you. And these are beginning and ending consonant diagraphs. So I've already put them in order just for the sake of this video so that I don't have to be fumbling through the cards. But you could do this activity however you want with your child. The way I would do it is I would hand my daughter a card, or she would just pick up a card from the deck, however she wanted to do it. Sometimes she did it with me, sometimes she did it independently. And, you know, I did alter the way I did it. I'm not going to go over all the ways here, but basically this activity, she has the little picture card. Here we have a chest, so it would go under ch, okay? And I know that actually makes 3 sounds, ch, k, sh, right? Anybody who does Logic English knows that. Same for this one. They also know it makes 2 sounds, a voiced and unvoiced sound, but we're not going to get into that here, okay? This is just very basic, just to sort of introduce them to that so they get the basic concept down before we add in all these extras. All right, so for this one we have shark, and it would go here, shark. All right, then I have a thimble. Oops, I have a thimble. Put it there, thimble. We have a whistle. All right, Now, when I give these to my daughter, I won't give them to her in order. Like I said, I did already order these just for the sake of this video to make it a lot easier and quicker, so I'm not fumbling through things with one hand. All right, we have beach. Now that is at the end of the word. So we had chess with the ch at the beginning of the word, and here's beach with it at the end of the word. That's how it kind of has its activity. It's beginning and ending consonant diagraphs. Here we have fish. There we had shark. So a beginning and an ending. The first one we had a thimble. The second one we have earth. First one we had, well, the whale. Whale and whistle. These are both beginning, right? Okay. I don't know. That's basically all they have for the WH because it comes at the beginning of a word. Okay. While, whistle, whale. Okay. All of that. It does include more cards, sheep, just a lot of more in here that your child will go ahead and go through. Normally, I laminate our activities. I didn't laminate this one, but I'm going to because we're going to continue working with this one this year. So, now for our next activity. All right, so our next activity is a blend match. Here we have different blends. We have the L blend, we have the R blend, and the S blends, okay? So sometimes kids have a little bit of issue with blends. I know mine did in the beginning. So that's why I got this activity. Now, this activity comes with a number of cards right here. We have our L blends, R blends, and S blends. I've already separated them out just for the sake of being able to do this quickly on a video. But of course, when your child does the activity, you know, you can separate them out and have them do one card at a time. Or once they get very proficient at this activity, you can kind of like mix them up and then have them work on, you know, 2 cards or 3 cards at one time. So my daughter did get to the point where she was doing that, okay? Just because she likes to be able to jump around a little bit. So here we have glue. So you could stick it on one of those glues anywhere, right? You could stick it up there. Now, if you're smart, you will probably go ahead and put some Velcro or magnetic pieces on here or inside of the activity, and you would probably laminate this, all right? That was what I was going to do, but I never actually got down to it. So I am going to be doing that this year because my daughter really likes these activities and we're just going to keep using them. I'm going to leave them in her room and she can work on them anytime she wants. Here we have flower, so she would just put that there. And then, like I said, they have a whole bunch of cards to fill up that entire card, all right? Now for our R blends, here's our R blends, same thing. We have a triangle, grass. Now these are just in order for sake of the video. Crocodile, you know, and it would really be nice if they were laminated and did have that Velcro. I do have other activities in my daughter's activity binder because she does have an activity binder, and those are all laminated and have Velcro, and there's different sorts of activities in there. It's mostly math because the language arts ones I kind of leave out like this, so I don't know, she can move around the house with them, okay? And then the next one would be our S blends. And we have our S blend stack here. And she would just go ahead and snake. Snake. What do I hear in there? I hear scarf. Scarf. Okay. Now this one's tricky because she has to figure out, is it SK, SC, she or he, right? I don't know if your child is a she or a he. So there you go. Spoon. Spoon. Okay. And they would just go on and on with the cards. It's a very fun little blend matching activity. I know I'm showing you a lot of activities here today. My daughter never does all of them one day. She only does like one. Okay. So, you know, just use them however you want. Like I said, the Velcro or the magnetic would be great underneath these. Laminated, these would be awesome. And then putting the Velcro or the magnetic on top of those pieces, and it would keep it a lot more organized. All right, you can even go ahead and 3-hole punch it, or you know, whatever you want to do in order to put it in sort of like a center's book that they can work on. All right, next activity. This one is our compound words activity. Again, it comes with the card, it comes with all the pieces. I did get most of these activities on TPT. Some of them I found on Pinterest, others I found on other websites like, just like mom homeschool websites and stuff, free activities that were just hanging out there. You sign up, you put your email in, you get the freebie, okay? These particular ones, the compound word, the blend, and then a couple other ones that I'm about to show you, I got all of them on TPT, teacherspayteachers.com. Homeschool Mamas, I'm sure most of you guys know about that website. And some of you probably even go up there and grab some activities. You can even find links to these activities on Pinterest. I will try, if I can actually find the link to it, I will try to post it at the bottom of this video. But if I can't, I really do apologize. I did collect these activities almost an entire year ago. So they might not be there anymore. They might be hard to find, or I just might not have time to add it. But these are just different sorts of activities you can do with your children. You can find them in a lot of different places on the internet. A lot of them are free. Majority of these are free. The only one I actually had to pay for was this particular set that you're looking at here that comes with blends, compounds, noun verbs, noun sorting, and syllables. Okay? The syllable one I'm not showing here today because we don't use it. The one that came with this package, we don't use it. It also comes with beginning and ending diagraphs. So we don't use the beginning and ending diagraph that came with this activity package. We also don't use the syllable one because I have my own that my daughter likes more, that are more fun. So now for the compound words activity. Same thing, you have your cards. Your child will go ahead and make the word snowman. If your child is not able to read these words yet, totally fine. If they can, even better. My daughter was able to read most of these words by the time she got to this activity. So she just went at it alone, okay? So we have snow. She would put the snow there. She has the man. Again, it would be nice if these were laminated and they did have either Velcro or magnetic in order to stick them up here. I didn't do it at the time, didn't have the time, like I already said, but I will be doing that this year because we're going to continue using them. My daughter just loves them. I'm probably also going to throw them into a binder. Ladybug. Oh, I'm sorry. Here we have sun. Sun. And I have flower. Sunflower. Okay. Now let's go over to starfish, I guess. Here we go. Star. Fish. And same as the other activities, you can lay out like 3, 4, or 5 cards right above, and your child can go ahead and just start assembling the ones together that they see up there. And you can make it pretty simple in the beginning. And then as time progresses, you can just kind of give them the whole deck and they can go through it and do this activity all by themselves independently. So your child will eventually get to that, and that's perfectly fine. So now for our next activity. Here we have our noun sort, person, place, or thing. Anybody who does the good and the beautiful, they know that in the level KL8, they're going to be working on nouns and noun sorting. The good and the beautiful even adds in some noun sorting activities that your child can do with, glue and paper. But if you want something else, you can use this. This, again, I got on TPT as part of a package. It says here that it's copyright is my teaching pal. So maybe that'll help me find it later. All right, so the way my daughter would do this, same thing, give her all the cards. I would usually give them to her mixed up. Like I said, for today's video, I just decided to make it more time efficient and have it already ready to go for me. So I don't have to be fumbling through. I already separated them all out for myself. But I never would do that for my daughter. She would have to have them all mixed up and work on them that way. Okay, I'm not giving out answers here. So dad, person, okay, zoo, place, pencil, thing, and there are just a whole bunch. So a whole bunch of different cards here, whole bunch here. Now they have so many because this actually does include multiple cards. Okay, so more than one child can actually work on this at a time. It includes enough cards to do, I think, maybe 2 or 3 of the cards at a time. It does include more. All right, so now for our next activity. Here we have the verb noun. This is still part of that same package. They give you a bunch of verbs. They give you a whole bunch of them, okay? And a bunch of nouns. So again, there's more than one verb noun card included. So they do give you a lot of words here. And then you would just mix them up. Of course, don't give them to your children already sorted, like I said again, just for the purpose of the video. Give them to your child sorted up, and they can go ahead and just place them where they go once they've already learned nouns and verbs. This is also a helpful way to teach them to decipher between nouns and verbs while you do your noun verb lesson, okay? This goes over action verbs. I don't think it has any being verbs. So I think it's just all action verbs in here, just so you know. So we have leg, that would be a noun, throw it in there. Bus, same thing, it would be a noun, throw it in there. And then talk and run would be verbs. Like I did recommend for some of the other activities, you can go ahead and put magnetics or put Velcro and laminate even the words. I'm going to be doing that this year, like I keep saying. So I'm hoping to do that. And I think that's all for you for today with these activities. If you like what you see, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to have more videos coming up soon. I know my quality of my videos is not that great, but I am just using my cell phone, and I have fans running, windows open, food cooking on the stove, so there's a lot of noise in the background, but still subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again soon.